Today, don't forget, man, we start reading Super Chats at 12:45. The Ohio State Buckeyes, undefeated, #1 team in the nation. And this is a McNugget special. Dustin, Tyvis,
yes.
G. Is the 2025 Ohio State Buckeyes better than the team that won the national championship last year?
This is such
a good question.
This has been being argued for the past 2 weeks. And it's so interesting because I look at it from a defensive standpoint, I would say yes.
Really?
From an offensive standpoint, I would say no.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say, man. Like,
because the biggest difference on the offensive side is the ability with them two running backs with Quinshon and Travion. Them was 2 home run hitters. You can simply win a game by just handing the ball off to them two. We cannot do that right now.
And here's the cheat code. The super cheat code is basically your two best. The strength of your team this year, Cardinal Tate and Jeremiah Smith.
Well, JJ is a wash because he was on both. But then we talking Cardinal versus Emeka. They're pretty similar.
I mean, Cardinal Tate was still on this team.
True.
So you got Emeka Buka, Cardinal Tate, and Jeremiah Smith.
So then you're going with last year's team.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. I just want to make sure that's what you're going with.
And you got 2 running back. Now listen.
I just said on the offense, I take last year. Defense, I take this year.
Caleb Downs is still on this defense last year.
Yeah, but they got Arvell Reese.
He's nice. He's super nice.
Some people rejected him a top 5 pick.
He's super nice.
Sonny is still there. I'd like both corners, Jermaine and IG. Well, IGB is a wash because he was here. So now you talking Jermaine or Denzel. Denzel balling for the Cardinals, by the way. Shout out to Denzel, BIA. But that's Jermaine is having a better college career.
I mean, I like the defensive front last year.
Yeah, they all went.
JTT,
you had JTT, Jack Sawyer, Tyleek Williams, and Ty Hamilton. All great players. All of them got drafted. When you look at this defensive line, you got Caden Curry. Caden Curry through 7 games stats is better than Chase Young's first 7 games.
I don't know how.
Which is wild.
I don't know how they let this cat trade.
Caden McDonald is graded out as one of the best interior defensive tackles in the country. Mm-hmm. Edric Houston is a young guy that's been balling. He just graded the highest graded defensive tackle last week according to PFF. So you know how I feel about PFF, but take that with a grain of salt. And then Kenyatta Jackson. Kenyatta Jackson was hurt, but he came back. He's been solid this year.
Thoughts, Dustin?
Quarterback's better.
Yeah, quarterback's
Julian
better.
saying
a lot
better than
a lot
Will.
better. I mean, I would be surprised if Ohio State doesn't win the national championship.
Yeah, I would too.
I think everybody
surprised.
would.
I mean, I think that they're like head and shoulders above pretty much everybody.
It's very hard to look at a team. I mean, when the rankings come out tonight, they're probably gonna put Indiana first because of the strength of schedule BS. But whatever, if everything holds the way it's supposed to go, they'll play in Indy. And the funny thing is, if you look up the lines, like if you see like Ohio State versus Indy. Right now, Ohio State is favored by 10.5. So you telling me the number 2 team in the country against Ohio State is still a 10.5 spread? Like, yeah.
They've been so nice that I would, like I told somebody, I said they should just give the MAC championship to OU just because they didn't get smoked. They should just give them. I would have told them at the end of the season, after that game, I'd be like, listen, we're going to forfeit the rest of the MAC schedule. You see what we did for 3 quarters. Yeah, we was at the Horseshoe. We're going to take. And then you see them play other teams, and they smoking everybody now. So I'm interested in seeing what's going on with Indiana. I watched them against Maryland. It was nip and tucks the first quarter. But here's the thing about Indiana that is kind of – I'll give them credit. They ain't got no, like, top-notch, bona fide, blue-chip, 5-star type dudes. They got a bunch of dudes. Their receiving core is solid as heck. They got 2 running backs that's super solid. I like the way they run the ball. Mendoza, he don't turn the ball over that much. He is effective. And I just like the way they play. They got that one linebacker for Indiana that's crazy.
Aiden Fisher?
Yeah, he's nice. He was cooking Oregon a couple weeks ago. But I think that's a really nice matchup. I don't think Indiana can win, but I think that they got the potential of keeping it close if it's in the fourth quarter.
If Ohio State didn't play, I got the Buckeyes winning by 10+ points.
What do you got? Would you?
I think Ohio State will beat Indiana. It'll be closer than 10 points. I think it's going to be the toughest challenge we've had all year, by far.
I look at the slate in college football. It just seems like the doggone Georgia just keeps surviving. Georgia's, they just had a nip and tuck game with Florida. They came out inspired, but you take a look around.
They should have lost. Georgia should have lost to Auburn.
They should have lost.
The referees screwed that one up.
Georgia had a couple.
He called timeout.
Oh, there's that. There was the touchdown.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
They didn't have a couple of them games. So if you look at the landscape and you just look at it overall, who can do what? Obviously there's Ole Miss, but I'm not a huge believer in Ole Miss. You take a look at some of the teams in the SEC. Alabama and Ty Simpson is playing really well. Those guys will beat each other up a little bit, but
I think that's my national championship.
Alabama, Ohio State. I don't see
the second best defense in the country is Texas Tech. They're going to make the playoff. They're going to win the Big 12. I saw them in person 2 weeks ago, and I don't know that they can beat Ohio State or even play with them, but I think that's going to be a team we'll be talking about here in December.
I like
that team we talk
front.
about because they got their oil money and they
have a $21 million defense.
Yeah, they D-line backers.
They throwing money around for sure.
And let me, I got
you think that
Bailey. David Bailey's a beast.
You think that coach gonna stay? You think he gonna move up?
No, he's staying there.
You think so?
Yeah, we went to his house after the game.
Really? That's dope.
Oh yeah,
that's dope.
No, because somebody was mentioning his name.
Sick house.
They was mentioning his name for Penn State and LSU and stuff. And I was wondering. I was like, I don't think he would leave because they got all that money.
It's cool. I get to talk college football with you two dudes. What do you think is the best job available right now?
LSU, and it's not
LSU
close.
Not close. But there's Penn State. How good of a job is that? Because
Penn State's a great job. Mm-hmm. It's a great job.
It is.
Is it? Would you put it on? Well, okay, let's throw this in there. You got Florida. You got LSU. Penn State.
Florida to me is not the job it once was.
Really?
LSU is the best job available for the simple fact that for the past, 3 years, they've gotten top 10 recruiting classes, so the talent is already there. Then it's not going to be hard to recruit kids to come to LSU because there's kids that always want to go to LSU. So you're always going to be in the mix for the top recruits. And heck, they're already there. You just got to steer the boat.
So you feel like I got to get that. You feel like Florida is
they've won. Florida has won essentially with Steve Spurrier, who's a Hall of Famer, and Urban Meyer, one of the greatest coaches in college football history. And that's it.
Go Bucks.
Is it?
And that was all pre-NIL. So I don't know if they have the money. I don't know if they can get guys to come to Gainesville. Gainesville's it's all right.
Yeah, it's not. But it ain't Miami.
Man, NIL has ruined the SEC. It's done.
It's ruined a lot of blue bloods.
It's done.
Because it's not so much of the tradition. It's about where that bag at.
A lot of the money is up north actually.
Dude,
outside of Texas.
That oil money is real. Lubbock, Texas. They have the best pass rusher in college football in David Bailey, at least stats wise, and they got him from Stanford.
That's crazy. So he was smart enough to understand to take the money.
But they're balling.
Let's get to think about this. Even Clemson.
Dabo never wanted to lead into NIL. He just wanted to just pray to Jesus and think that was going to make things right.
Is it the talent level? What's going on? You look at across their roster. You look at preseason. They got guys that are supposed to be first round pick, all ACC type guys. What's going on? Where now it's just they got. I never thought I would see you get beat by Duke at the crib.
Well, and they gave up 40 points or whatever it was, 38 or something.
So I don't know. His bio is probably crazy, but I don't.
College kids check out after a certain point too.
Yeah, dude, when they lost to Georgia Tech, it was over.
Once you out of the CFP run, kids check out for sure.
That killed.
I'm gonna tell you that.
That killed this soul. Georgia Tech. They're outside.
Look at what Mike Norvell's dealing with in Florida State.
They trying to fire him.
Dang. Yeah.
They just don't know if they want to pay that buyout.
That
but
buyout is crazy.
They want to fire him too.
That buyout is nuts.
I'm looking at a 2026 mock draft from CBS Sports.
Is
that
it
dropped
four
about
Buckeyes in there?
15 hours ago. And you got Carnell Tate going number 5 overall. You got Arvell Reese going number 6 overall. And you got Caleb Downs going number 8 overall. So you got 3 Buckeyes.
They ain't got Sonny going
in the
first.
top
That's
10.
messed up.
How many you want, dog?
Sonny Styles can't go first round?
These top 10 dudes.
I mean, you talking about the top linebacker duo in the game.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I know we don't need no linebacker right now, man. But like the biases, I wish so bad that Arvell Reese would be a part of the Cleveland Browns once his college days is over.
Man,
like,
that pick with the mirrored visor,
man,
fire.
I mean, he out here like listen. They running.
That man gonna
They
be.
running a whole pro style defense, bro.
Arvell Reese need to go somewhere that run a 3-4.
I mean, he's a dude that you could put in the middle.
No.
And
I make him be the
and
3.
he be-
I need to be a 3-4. I put him as a pass rusher.
Nah.
He'd be like a TJ Watt.
I want him to be moving around. I need him
CBS
to be.
Sports got him as the number 1 ranked linebacker, the number 14 overall prospect in the entire draft.
Hey, what you think he gonna run in 40?
4-5.
It's pretty good.
moving.
Just move. It's pretty good. And by the way, Caleb Downs. I gotta get a read on him. Like I feel like Caleb Downs.
By the way, that was targeting.
Oh, for
I can't
sure.
I can't believe they didn't call that.
He know it.
He was giggling like I got
Yeah.
really lucky.
Yeah.
He
Said he
like-
tweeted out to say hallelujah because he know.
that was out of here.
I'm done with targeting, by the way, because
That's the
if that is,
definition.
and I love Ohio State, and I love Caleb Downs, great kid, but that was targeting.
yeah.
That's the definition of
That,
targeting.
like literally, like Mike Pereira said, is like that's why we put in the rule.
Yeah.
And like I've been wrong every time on TV this year because when I so now my partner asked me, so what do you think, Dustin? And I'm like, well, I've gotten it wrong every time, so how about we just wait and see?
Well, just wait and see, because that was a my name is Caleb Downs
It was
call.
a defensive receiver. He left his feet. He launched into his head, made contact with the crown of his head into his head.
Yep.
Launch, crown, every indicator possible.
Literally every check.
One of the
every
greatest
box.
questions of all time as we wrap this up is, who's the greatest number 2 of all time? This a
Silky Johnson.
Silky John. The number 2, y'all got a lot
You
of
talking
them.
about Buckeye number 2 overall?
Yeah, you got Malcolm Jenkins.
He looked just like Doss when he made that pick.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't Chris Carter wear number 2?
Yeah, I think he did.
Dude, everyone wore 2. Terrell
You-
Pryor wore 2.
You were 2.
Mike Doss wore 2.
Chris Carter wore
Chris
2.
Young wore 2.
Yep.
Chase Young wore 2.
Who else? Caleb Downs wore 2.
Malcolm Jenkins wore 2.
Malcolm
Ryan
Jenkins
Shazier wore 2.
sure did. That's wild. Yeah, there's a lot of 2s.